Hello friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to be talking about something that I am personally very passionate about. And if you disagree with me, feel free. I am more than happy to debate with you in the comments below. Something has been bothering me lately. I have been seeing this a lot online and in my personal life, where people who believe something, whether it's politically or personally, just shut out the other side of the argument entirely and don't even bother listening to it. That is ridiculous to me. If you don't listen to the other side of an argument, then you cannot learn from it and improve your own argument. Or see the other side and come to agree with it. I used to be this way. I used to completely shut down arguments from other people and just completely ignore the other side. But you can't do that. I am specifically going to be referencing a post I saw on Facebook that is actually a Twitter thread by @DesignMom, or otherwise known as Gabriel Blair. So let's read out her tweets. I saw a tweet where someone described when they found out someone they know personally supports Trump. They lose all respect for them instantly. I liked it and retweeted it, but stopped short of sharing it on Instagram. Why? I suppose because I know Trump supporters in real life, and they already know I hate Trump, and know that I frequently criticize Trump supporters as a group, but I've hesitated to tell them directly that I've lost respect for them individually. But I woke up this morning, read reports of the final night of the RNC, grew deeply angry, and now my hesitation is gone. My Instagram content is different than my Twitter content. On Twitter, I mostly retweet people. On Insta, I share more personal stuff, renovations, vacations, and updates about my family. I also highlight tweets and political opinions, but it's maybe 20% of my content there. A frequent DM I receive on Insta: I come here for design and to see your life in France. Stop posting political stuff. These DMs are, without exception, from Trump supporters or people who claim to be independent but will vote for Trump and are ashamed to admit it. My response: I do not create content for you. It makes me sick to my stomach that you, a Trump supporter, ever read or watch or listen to anything I've created. This is true even if I know you in real life. I see what you are trying to do. You want me to treat you like a decent human being, but you are not behaving like a decent human being. A decent person doesn't align themselves with people who are proudly racist and who insist America doesn't have a race problem. A decent person doesn't align themselves with people who believe viral right-wing stories on Facebook over trained journalists who think Q is real, who think the pandemic is fake, who think the earth is flat. A decent person doesn't align themselves with people who faint over celebrity child trafficking rings that don't exist, but support the ICE family separations at the border that actually leads to child trafficking. A decent person knows what it feels like to do a job and not get paid, and recognizes that Trump is first and foremost a con man, a liar, and a thief. A decent person knows and acknowledges that Trump only looks out for himself. A decent person knows that Trump raped a 13-year-old girl, has read her description of the rape, has read all the other accounts of Trump sexually assaulting girls and women, and never forgets Trump is a rapist who never had to face consequences for his assaults. I see you, especially my fellow white women. You want to read what interesting people are reading, you want to see good movies, you want to know what designers and artists are creating, but you don't want anyone to know you are voting for Trump. You don't like when people you follow talk politics. You say it's because you want to focus on the positive, but really it's because it reminds you of your Trump shame. You want to vote for Trump and experience no negative consequences, but that's not an option. One of the consequences from your actions: I do not respect you. How could you? How could I respect someone who hears about a black man being shot by the police 7 times in the back while his kids watch, and their first thought is, well, we don't know the whole story? Another consequence of your actions: I have deep desire to withhold my community and my creations from you. Instagram has data that could tell me exactly which of you support Trump. I wish they would give me that data. I would block every single one of you. My Instagram followers request access to my life daily, voting for Trump, and you want to know the source for my doll's dress? No. You want to know the paint color we chose for our renovation? No. You want to participate in the parenting discussion on DesignMom? No. I want to shun you from my community. If gatherings were safely happening, I would want you shunned from all events hosted by decent people. No wedding invitations, no conference tickets, no backyard barbecues. I want decent event hosts to send you a card explaining you are not invited because you are a Trump supporter. I wish IKEA and Target wouldn't let you buy their products. I wish your internet provider, whoever knows you vote for Trump, would cut you off. I want to see you shunned by every person and organization that doesn't support Trump. No more access to their books, movies, products, music, events, artists, influencers, till you are left with nothing but Smash Mouth concerts and Ben Shapiro talking about his sex life. Some of you would tell me you have no choice, that you are a single issue voter and your single issue is abortion, so you can only vote for an anti-abortion candidate. I will respond, the Republicans are making a fool of you. We all know Republicans talk a bit about being anti-abortion, but their policies don't reduce abortions. Republican policies increase things like teen pregnancy, which also increases abortion. The fact is, abortion numbers go down under the policies of Democrats. If you want to reduce abortion, the most effective, proven way is to vote Democrat. If the most important issue to you is reducing abortions, then the only choice you have is voting for Democrats. Some of you will tell me that you support Trump because of the stock market. Well, that is certainly something of a selfish asshole would do. A whopping 90% of Americans have no stake in the stock market. I'm one of them. If you want existing and newly created wealth to continue to be concentrated in the top 10%, if you don't think employers should provide a living wage, if you think hoarding $1 billion is unethical, if you don't want to tax the rich, then I don't make content for you. I create content and community for decent people. Do we agree on everything? No. We may debate how to educate kids, or disagree on baby names, favorite books, or suburban versus urban versus country living. But I won't make space for you to debate the merits of white supremacy. You want respect, but your behavior and beliefs are not worthy of respect. You don't want to be shamed or mocked for supporting Trump, but you align yourself with people who want to make liberal snowflakes cry, who mock anyone who wears a pandemic mask. Do you think I care about losing you as a follower? I do not one bit. I will actively block you on Instagram if I know you are a Trump supporter. Following me doesn't hurt me in any way. I literally, in the true sense of the word, won't notice you are gone. You can't support Trump and also be a decent human being. You can't support Trump and earn my respect. Want to be a decent person, don't want to worry about being shunned? You're in luck. The solution is eating free. Stop being a Trump supporter, don't vote for Trump. That is a lot to break down. So let's go tweet by tweet. So in the first few tweets, they talk about how they don't typically post political things to Instagram. Thus, your following base there does not expect that from you. I am a marketing student. I know how brand images work. If you don't personally have politics as a centerpiece in your social media accounts and in your brand, people do not want to see that from you. Even if they agree with you, they do not want to see that from you. What they are there for you is not what you are posting. So this issue is on you, not on your followers. And if they say, stop posting your political stuff, it doesn't necessarily mean they're a Trump supporter. It means that they don't want to see political stuff from your page. Gabriel Blair is at DesignMom on Twitter. If you go to DesignMom.com, it's not about politics, it's about design and being a parent. If you go to their Instagram, if you go to DesignMom on Instagram, it's not about politics. None of it is. And thus, your followers don't want to see that from you. That's not why they follow you, and even if they were not a Trump supporter, they likely still don't want to see it from you. It gets in the way of what they actually are there to follow you for. Next up, they talk a lot about what being a decent person means. At least to them. You do not have to create content for Trump supporters. But when you post it on the internet, anyone can find it if it's public. And you saying that you will not notice if these people leave when your post, you will be shocked. Because even the smallest dip in followers can change how the algorithm views you. And suddenly, the people who do want to see your content, they won't be seeing it anymore. You have a lot of claims about what you're trying to do, and it's just a lot about Trump and Republicans. One thing that gets to me is you say it's because you want to focus on the positive. People do that. Democratic people, liberal people like to focus on the positive. If I follow an account to see positive things, to make me feel better at the end of the day when I sit down and scroll through Instagram, when I don't want to talk about politics anymore, when I just want to relax, I want to focus on the positive. And if you just keep posting politics instead of the content I followed you for, that's on you, not on me. One thing that gets me is Instagram has data that could tell me exactly which of you support Trump. I wish they'd give me that data. I would block every single one of you. That's private data. That's a person's private data. And I don't care if that person publicly shows it, but if it's private data, that belongs to them. And it should not be revealed to the public, no matter what the context is. And for it to be about political parties is ridiculous. The secret ballot exists for a reason. And to say brands should ban you from their stores because you are a Trump supporter or support any political party that differs from yours is like saying, I believe that because you enjoy anime, you should not be allowed to shop at Walmart. Or if you get an abortion, you should not be allowed to seek therapy. It's ridiculous. And honestly, I lose a lot of respect for people who cannot bother to at least see the other side of a story. If you cannot take the time to just talk to somebody who has a different opinion than you, I don't understand you. It's okay to have different opinions. It's okay to feel differently. If you completely block people out of your life because they have different opinions than you, I lose my respect for you. I used to do this, but then I grew up. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and please take this with a grain of salt.